are live. Welcome back. It is Monday, Outdoors Live, Season 2, Episode 25. How's everybody doing on Monday?
Ooh, that's not a bad.
We're starting things off strong today.
Yes.
Welcome to Monday. Is anybody else is a check? Can you guys hear that? Are y'all having audio issues? We doing okay? We gotta ensure everything's going good here. Personally, I got family in town. Got to see some family that was really awesome this weekend. Conditions were not great. We didn't really enjoy ourselves. I ended up getting stuck out on the ferry for like 2 hours. But hey, I do want to say, and Grant, I appreciate you letting me have just a second to say it. The boys over at the Port Aransas Ferry, Philip and those crew and everybody that was out there, guys, if you see this after the fact, you're watching, coming on later on, whatever the deal may be, thank you. Those guys at the ferry took great care of us when our truck broke down, and I could not be more thankful for having those guys around.
Nice.
Good deal.
What's going on with
Father's Day?
Audio is funky. Hey, Jerry Toner. Glad you're here. Jeff Bottom. After 5 Outdoors. Laura Bruno. Glad you're all here. Can you guys, okay? You guys in the chat, just tell us if you can hear us okay?
I'm hearing
yeah, or if you can tell us, like,
I'm hearing everybody good except for Stanley.
It's me.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm going to back out, and I'll be right back then.
Roger. While he's gone. So it was Father's Day this weekend. It was a kind of a weird Father's Day for me because this is probably the first time in the 30-something years that I've been a father where I was home alone, right? Kayla and the grandbabies up in Connecticut at her new assignment just got there. Audrey and our other daughter, Ashley, are up in Michigan seeing family, so they left me home all alone. But they did send me gifts. And then we got on Messenger chat, whatever it is, video chat, and we all talked, and they got to see me open my gifts. So it was pretty cool. And I got some cool stuff, one being this shirt.
I love it.
And then I got a pint glass with a catfish on it, etched on it, right? It's pretty cool. I got a man crate. Now, I had heard of them, but I never really paid attention to what they were. But one of my daughters got me this man crate, so I opened the box, and inside is an actual wooden crate, right? And you get this pry bar, right, to open the crate. And this thing is sturdy. I'll be able to use it for real life. But yeah, I busted into the crate, and this thing was full of all kinds of beef jerky and deer beef sticks and all that stuff. I mean, a ton of it. I got enough for a while. So that was pretty cool. And then I got another box with some summer sausage, some crackers, some spicy mayo or mustard, spicy mustard, and some nuts and all that. So my Father's Day was weird not having nobody around, but it was still cool. So I had a good Father's Day. What about you, Grant? What happened with you this weekend?
Well, I was on call, so I had to work for a few hours Father's Day morning. But we got mainly relaxed and went and visited with the father-in-law. He's 88, so it was good visiting with him. But you, Steve?
Oh, we got a family tradition. We started when my boys were little. We go fishing for Father's Day. And this year, my 2 sons, myself, and Aiden, his sister Ava, and the little man, Adam, who's 5, we took 2 boats out. We went to the same lake, and we fished pretty much the same kind of locations. Had a great time. A funny story. I always got funny stories. Grandkids all needed life jackets, of course, on the boat. Well, right. when they got, we went to this one place to eat lunch. They have a dock, and you walk across the beach. When we got done with that, then grandkids wanted to go swimming. Well, the only life jackets that I have are those ones that are inflatable, you know. They're not really meant to go swimming in. They're meant that if you go in the water, they go poof, you know. Yeah. So Adam or Aiden and Ava have got regular life jackets, and I put this inflatable one on Adam. And Chris and I are out at the boat, and Chris says, if he hits that water, that's going to traumatize him for life. Chris no more than said that life jacket went poof, and all we could hear was screaming and crying. Oh, but we had a good time. Caught a few fish, just had a good time, and that was our Father's Day.
All right. What about you folks in the chat? Anybody do anything cool for Father's Day? Spend it with special people or anything like that? Any stories, Father's Day stories?
Justin Randall says, I have no kids, and that is priceless.
Oh, I thought your dogs were your kids, Justin.
Then you got kids, yep.
Oh.
So who caught the biggest, the father or the son?
Yeah, I was going to ask that.
Chris got a nice bluegill, but the biggest fish were bass. And I don't know. In Steve Jr.'s boat, there was an 18 and a 16-inch that was measured. And ours, I'm going to say Chris's was probably 19.
Do bass count, though, really?
No, we threw them back. No, they don't count.
They count in my boat. We eat them.
I mentioned, of course, I'm always a smart, on Facebook, and I made a couple of comments about it. And you'd be surprised, some people get kind of, irritated. That's all we ever ate when we were kids. It's good. You just got to put Cajun sauce on it or whatever. And we ate bass too. It's more of just a running joke, poking fun at one another that are fishermen. But I will tell you this much: if you post on Facebook that a bass, if like a reply that bass is a trash fish, I immediately got flagged. It was went against their community standards that was bullying.
Wow. They're so sensitive.
That's what I said. I wrote out there, boy, you bass people are a sensitive lot that you're going to get all butthurt because I posted it's a trash fish.
Next time you post something bad about those sheep's head, I'm gonna report you.
Oh, I had to have the sheep's head conversation with my brother the other day. The bass thing, it's funny. Like, I'm not particularly big on eating. I eat anything. I'm not worried about it. But when we go fishing, like with my dad, he grew up eating them. Like anything that they caught, they would eat. Yeah. And so when we go fishing with him, like he keeps anything he can keep when we're bass fishing. And I'm kind of like, we're fishing ponds. This is probably people's pets. They're probably raising them. We don't need to be eating these things. But he does. He takes them home and eats them. Obviously, we don't do a whole lot of this. We've done it once in the last, 4 or 5 years. But I kind of don't mind it happening once every 4 or 5 years because it's one of those videos that's going to really tick some people off and it's going to create engagement. It's one of those videos that's going to explode probably for all the wrong reasons, but it's going to get out there regardless. Exactly. And I don't mind eating fish, so I'm good with it.
Yeah. Even if you get thumbs down, that's still engagement and it counts.
Yeah.
Yep.
Justin Randall says you should have posted the pic I posted on your post about the door opening. Justin, I guess I'm getting old. I vaguely remember that. So I'm going to have to go back and look, see what that was.
Getting old.
It's better than the alternative, John.
Exactly.
Not getting older.
Exactly. Yep. Oh, man. So we had a little drama at the house up in Michigan. Right before Audrey flew there from Connecticut, Leonard went ahead and let her know that they went over and checked things. And apparently at some point, the furnace died. And they had that last freeze. And so we had water pipe bust. So, but they got it all fixed. It's all good to go now. So.
That's good. Got it all taken care of?
Yeah, it's good to go now. We got everything working. So what do you guys got coming up anytime soon?
This weekend.
I was going to say, we've got some stuff in the books that we're working on.
Yeah.
We are all going to be in Michigan this weekend. We are all going walleye fishing. John, you've got walleye, right? You've caught walleye.
Oh, yeah. Not
so it's Grant and I that are going for our first.
Yeah. And we're going to be up there this weekend.
Yeah. not a great gamer. You can't show firearms on a live stream. That's a big
Nope.
no.
I did not know that.
You can show it in your videos, but not on a live stream.
Yeah, I wasn't unaware of that one. Didn't make sense. I get it.
Justin, we're going to be fishing Saginaw Bay out of Au Gres.
Yeah. It looks like Sunday is going to be a better weather day than Saturday. We're going to try to play it out. Nero,
Yeah. We're going to keep an eye on it. But, yeah, so far, weather reports have been showing rain on Saturday. The amount keeps going up and down, and nothing on Sunday. So we're going to have to figure it out before the time gets here.
More importantly than that, though, John, if you look at the Windy app, Saturday is like 17, 20 mile an hour, where Sunday is 4s and 7s. So,
yeah, so
if that holds true, Sundays are going to have to be our day.
Absolutely.
And it also needs to be said, I apologize, it needs to be said for everybody who's in the audience here, full disclosure, a little bit of a disclaimer here. If it happens on Sunday, that means that we're not getting out there on Saturday, which means we're probably going to be hanging out and drinking. And there's no rules about drinking Saturday night, so there's no promises on the quality of video that's going to be made on Sunday.
I was wondering where he was going with that, but now I got it. Yeah, Leonard's got his little back deck area with the new fire pit all set up. So I know, Stanley, you said you're getting a hotel. I don't know if you've done that yet. There's only one in Au Gres. So
yeah, actually, I was just about to ask, but I didn't even think about it because I'm used to Port A, where there's a billion places to rent. After this stream, I would like to get in touch with you guys about getting something rented.
That'd be a good idea. And then Leonard did say that his upstairs is available. So Steve or whoever, if you guys want to stay a night up there, his upstairs is basically where they used to live. So there's a full bed, 2 bedrooms, full bath, kitchen, everything upstairs, and they're living downstairs now. So that is available also. So,
well, my plans are we're going to travel up whatever day that's going to be. Chris and I are going to get up early, and we still got to be home because Monday's a work day. So we'll probably have to leave up there. It's still a 3-hour drive, so we'll probably be leaving up there about 6 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay, after dinner.
Yep.
Okay. Now, if we fish Saturday, you could stay a night if it's available, but we got to see what the weather does, right?
Right.
If the weather conditions are bad, can we do some exploratory, like bank fishing, or is there something fun we could kind of do for an hour or two just to kind of get acclimated on Saturday?
On Saturday? Yeah.
Or are we just going to drink?
Well, no, Saturday, we've got the jetties right there. The river going into the Saginaw Bay, there's a jetty there. They call it a break wall up there. And there's a walkway all the way out to the end of it, the rocks. You can pitch lures and catch pike, bass, right? You want to throw some worms out there, you can get some bluegill, rock bass, all that stuff. So anybody who wants to, if you're there and you want to fish Saturday, that'd probably be the place to fish from shore, is right there.
Another thing you could do is there's a marina there where Uncle Leonard keeps his boat if they'll let you go down and fish the docks at the marina. I know down in Linwood, which is just south of Au Gres a ways, not that far. At Linwood, they have a marina, and quite often there's people out there that are bank fishing for perch and crappie. So that's an alternative as well.
Yeah, bring your if you're bringing stuff, bring light tackle stuff for that. For the walleye fishing, you guys, Stanley and Grant, you guys don't need to bring anything.
Bring anything at all.
Steve's got the rods and the gear on his boat, and we've got the rods and gear on Leonard's boat. So, and it's easier because you need line counters and all that for that kind of fishing. So, but yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea to bring a couple light outfits with you that you can sling stuff around Saturday if you want.
I'm going to take that up a notch and say, if it doesn't happen, that's fine. I will have some light tackle on me. You have seen what I've been doing up in Lake Waco. We're not great at it, and I wouldn't mind a little coaching, a little guide service. Like if we do head out there for an hour, I cannot tell you how valuable that information would be for me.
Cool beans.
Thank
seeing
you,
what you guys doing.
Monica. Appreciate you, Monica. Laubo, I don't think I'll take any worms, but I do have some worms.
That's true. We're going to be using worms on our boat. We're pulling meat, so but we'll get them up there.
Yep.
Yeah, we got a nice little bait shop right there in town, so you can get whatever you need. If you get up there and decide, hey, there's something you need or want, you'll be able to get it up there. And if you don't get your license online before you get up there, you can go to the bait shop and get your license too.
Got to do that.
What's up, David Martin? See David.
There's my fishing license. Bought it online and printed it out.
Legal.
Dude, for the first time, I got to get 3. God, I got to get like 5 fishing licenses this year.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
No, I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm super proud of that. Like, I'm saying that like I'm proud of it, but at the same time, we keep talking about the need for a national license, and I'm like, man, everybody could have had a piece of this pie this year. Every single state could have had a piece of this beer of me just doing this run right here. I'd have bought a national license. I don't know what it's going to cost for 5 licenses, but whatever, if the cost was the same for 8 and I could have gone anywhere, I'd have bought it.
So for Michigan, if you guys are just up there for a couple days, it's a $10 a day license. So you can get 2 $10 a day license or whatever. For me, I'm going to be up there for over 10 days. And I plan to try to fish more than just while you guys are up there, of course. So the out-of-state, the non-resident license for the year is only $76, I think. 7 days, I've already spent $70 on those day ones, so I just go ahead and buy the annual one. Michigan gets
it was
my money.
less than a year ago last time you were there, wasn't it?
Just about a year ago.
Yeah, actually it was August, so it is less than a year ago.
Yeah.
Should have bought the annual one that time.
Wild Game Pursuit, Brad Atwood. So what did you buy at Cabela's that was $600?
Something good.
No doubt.
I know I'm headed up to Frank's Great Outdoors either Tuesday or Wednesday, and I know I'm dropping more than $600 on a new trolling motor.
I'm surprised you can even get it. I waited 4 or 5 months to get my trolling motor in.
Yeah. Yep, they had one, and Chris says, you better get it, Dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I better. I need it. Especially when I got the famous Stanley Orchard going to be fishing in my boat. I want it to be ship-shape.
Yeah. You want to be, if he doesn't catch anything, he can't blame you, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
Oh, no. You will very easily be able to blame me. You've seen my freshwater.
Look, when you're trolling, the only person you can blame is the captain, because they're in the boat.
You can't. I always say this, Stanley. In my opinion, when it comes to the way that we fish for walleye, it's a team sport.
Yeah.
You got I got my side of the boat. Chris has got his side of the boat, and anybody else that's fishing. There's always something that seems like in our boat that somebody needs to do. So. It's a team sport, but John's right. I mean, if we don't catch fish, you got to blame the captain. Who else are you going to blame?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's not like you're controlling the rod or doing anything. You're sitting there waiting for that rod or that planer board to drop back, and the captain said, "Hey, there's one on there," and you pick the rod up and you start reeling. So.
Yeah, Justin, 80-pound thrust, 24 volt. I'm in Kota Tarova. I don't know what else. What is it? 60-inch shaft, I think.
Yeah, I thought my motor guide's 80 pounds, 60-inch, 24 volt. But I got the remote with GPS, so I can anchor lock in one spot. That's kind of nice. That's changed how I fish down here.
Nice. What's up, Super Dave? Triple Tail.
Yeah, Will's calling me out. Triple Tail.
Triple.
I need to quit crying about buying a non-resident everywhere. I didn't think about that. I didn't think about non-resident. I've never bought a license except for Wisconsin outside of Texas. So I never think about the non-resident thing. But you're right about that. I need to quit crying about it.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me.
Super Dave 336 is from crappie.com forum. Glad you made it, Dave.
Oh, cool.
Hey.
Welcome aboard. That's one thing. I know people catch them in Saginaw Bay, but I have never had any luck finding crappie in the bay. It's always in one of the inshore lakes. You know what I mean? Steve, you ever have luck finding crappie in the bay?
No, I haven't. Never. Can't say I've ever. Chris, have we ever caught a crappie trolling for walleye ever? No.
Yeah, you get yellow perch, which is a nice walleye. But
what'd you say, Chris?
A lot of perch.
Yeah, we get perch, but
yeah.
But never crappie.
Yeah,
that's pretty much the bycatch that you get with the while you're trolling for walleye.
Oh, no. Your bycatch is yellow perch, which is a good one. You're keeping that. Sheep's head,
I like that one.
And catfish.
Yes.
Those are your bycatch.
Yes.
This trip, so
white
everybody
bass.
in the chat, yeah,
Also,
white bass once in a while. So everybody in the chat knows we're gonna, if we catch sheep's head, we catch cat, we're keeping it. All you walleye fishing, they're shivering right now just thinking of having that on their boat. I'm
gonna tell you right now what we're gonna do. If we can catch, like, it all kind of depends on a lot of different factors and everything. But if we get a sheep head while we're up there, I half want to bring that thing down to Texas and do it. Or we have those down here, right? The freshwater drum.
Yep.
I want to do a side-by-side comparison with black drum and red drum.
Yep.
If we don't have that option, I'm just going to eat it straight up.
And that's another thing. You're both driving up, right, Grant, Stanley?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, I don't want to jinx us by acting like we're going to catch a bunch of fish, but it wouldn't be a bad idea to have a cooler in the truck with you just in case there's some fish to take home. You know what I mean? Just in case.
Hey, Steve, if I was to get a cooler for an occasion like this, who would you suggest?
Angle coolers.
Wow, really? Why would that be?
Because I'm on their pro staff and they're a superior cooler. And, well, if I had advance notice, I probably could have got you a heck of a deal on one, Stanley.
I'm so ghetto. I'm so ghetto about this, but I collect other people's ice chests. Yeah, for one, Igloo is made like right up the road here, but for two, I have this collection of ice chests. I swear I have almost a dozen ice chests, big 120 core ice chests piled up in my backyard from people who go on fishing trips with me and they leave them in my truck. And we'll go and take them back to their house. I'm not stealing them. Like, I will take them back. I will have 4 ice chests in the bed of my truck. And no, I went ahead and bought a new one. And my entire collection of ice chests is all stuff down on the side of the road and stuff that people left in my truck that they didn't want back.
And it works just fine, doesn't it?
I mean, yeah, and I've had some of them for like 12, 15 years.
Yep.
Anybody tracking David Martin's question there? Is there a way to redirect water exhaust from a 9.9 Merc? It seems the nipple for the exhaust is very small. We've got a dory here, and the motor was installed in the middle of the boat. Okay, so I see what you're saying. It's pissing, but the way it's pissing is pissing into the boat since the motor's in the middle of the boat. You're trying to find a way to redirect that. I don't know. I don't know your answer. But if I was trying to do that myself, I'd take the cover off, and depending on where it's coming from, I wouldn't worry about what the nipple is because that's attached through the body of the motor, right? The cover, that skirt, I guess you'd call it. But there's a hose leading to that. So possibly a way to attach hose to that hose, with a double barbed in or something, and then run that hose out where the water usually shoots out and run it down wherever you want it. That's, without seeing it and knowing what you got, that would be my first idea, is to look at that possibility.
You're asking the right person. If you're not subscribed to Mr. A&J Outdoors, of course, everybody's links are in the description down below. But this gentleman has a series of videos where he does all kinds of different work just like that on his boat. And if you have any other questions, this is the channel that you need to refer to on that. He's got all the answers for the rest of us.
That's a good answer, John, because I would have said get a hunk of eave straw.
That might work
mine
too.
would have been drilling another drain in the bottom of the boat.
Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me at all. Justin Randall, yeah, iPilot is has iPilot.
Awesome. Yep, I love it. David, so I'm trying to figure out how to redirect the water from the cooling system out of the boat. Any idea? So there was my idea with that. White perch, living in Minnesota, been catching a bunch of big slab crappie when they're walleye fishing. I wish that would happen to me, because if there's a freshwater fish, so my top 3 freshwater fish, this is hard too, I can't put them in order, to eat is walleye, crappie, and yellow perch. Those are my top 3, followed closely by flathead catfish.
Justin Randall says, yes, Mercury makes an elbow. Amazon has them, I believe.
Ooh, there you go.
Anybody got an Amazon link on that one?
I'll bet you Grant will find one.
Yeah, right.
That kind of stuff.
Give Grant 2 seconds. Grant, make sure you run that through the affiliate program. Please help support Mr. Grant McIntosh for putting together such an amazing live stream today. You can do so by clicking on his link that he's about to post, and get this man paid the 75-80 cents that he's going to end up getting as a result.
He will find it, he will order it, and he will have it shipped to your house. What about that?
That's not even a joke. This guy, he's got his little fingers are on fire with this stuff.
Yeah, where's the Amazon Prime Day video?
Yeah, I didn't do one.
I didn't even know that was happening. Amazon Prime Day. What day is that?
Wasn't that last weekend or last week?
Today.
I thought it was today.
Today?
Yeah, I thought it was today.
I will have a video out 5 minutes after we're done with this live stream.
Because Justin and Pete Pappas messaged me today and said that Amazon had a sale on GoPros and wondered which one I had. Of course, I'm old. I got the GoPro 5, and everybody else has got the 15s and 20s or whatever they're up to now. So they even make a pink one too, I guess. So that's good.
What one?
Pink. Color is
I
pink.
haven't seen that one.
I have the Hero 5 Black, and I guess they make one that's pink.
What he's saying is that if anybody's going to gift him a GoPro, get him the pink one.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
I fully
Agreed.
support breast cancer awareness.
Ah, good.
Nice
Yeah,
save.
good.
Nice save. Well
Very
done.
nice save. Good deals on drones too. I'm bringing the drone. I'm bringing everything.
They had the Mavic Mini. I guess it was the one for like $379 with the controller. And
That's not too bad. $379. They're usually about $400, depending on what comes with it.
I must have got a really good deal on one, and I think I paid about half that.
Yeah, you did. You got a very good deal, sir.
Yep.
I think they've got the GoPro 8 Blacks for like $399 or $379.
$379. That's not too bad. The 9, the newest one, is going for about $400. So I would think the 8 would be even cheaper than that, actually.
Well, it had.
I gotta say, I'm pretty much like, I still like this Rilo 360 that I'm using, but I'm kind of getting tired of some of the problems I'm having with it. I may be switching over to GoPro for their 360 camera next time around.
That's on my radar, a 360 now, just because I like the idea. I'm not big about, people get to control it themselves and see everything, but I like the idea of having it centered on the boat, and something happens over there, I got it. Something happens over there, I got it. You know what I mean? That's the aspect of the 360 I like.
You still kind of need to move it around because the shots are going to look the exact same if you have it in one rod holder and people are catching fish in the same corner of the boat. The shots are going to look the same over and over. So I'm constantly moving mine, but it is so nice not to have to point the camera at anything.
The only way
I have other issues I'm dealing with, but
only way I get a moving shot is if Chris is moving the camera.
Yeah, see, and that's another thing is like you get these really smooth cinematic, shots where we're out there. I got a video coming up that I'm super, super proud of. We went offshore the other day, and it's 1 and 2 foot surf, and we're going 30 miles an hour hauling out, and we pass a tanker, and I'm holding that camera out on the end of a rod. And yeah, I think I make that joke in the video, but I'm passing this tanker, and I've got this buttery smooth cinematic pan of that tanker as we go by. You guys watch. When I put this video out, you'll see that clip, and you're going to be like, most people don't kind of notice it, but if you think about it, we're going 30 miles an hour in 1 foot surf, 1 foot waves, doing this number on the way out, and that is a smooth shot of that boat. That's the value of that camera.
Nice.
Without a gimbal or anything?
Oh, yeah, I had it on a 36-inch stick, which also adds to the, that thing bouncing around.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Huh.
See, Justin said the Hero 8's on sale for $279. That sounds about right.
Gotcha.
That sounds about right for the, and that's a good deal. I mean, so the knock to the Hero 8 was with the 5, they came out where you have a removable lens. So now if I damage my lens, I can get a new one, right? 6 was that way, 7 was that way, and then the 8, they went back to a solid mounted lens that you couldn't remove. So now if you damage that lens, you're kind of screwed. So that's the only drawback really to the 8. Then the 9, the one that I got now, one of the ones I got, went back to a removable lens. And they even have lens upgrades you can put on it.
Yeah, I'm severely tempted to go that direction.
Yeah. Well, the coming weekend, you'll be able to check that stuff out. I'll have all the cameras and stuff up there so you can check out the GoPros. Because I've got a 4, a 5, and a 9 that I'll have up there.
I
The
can't
5
wait.
is the one I hate the most.
You guys have free reign to go to town on me filming with a phone. You watch. You're going to be laughing watching me film. I guarantee it. And you have free reign. Go to town on it.
Hey, Steve does a lot of his filming on a phone too.
Yeah. Yep.
Uh-oh,
It
boom.
works.
All my
Yes, sir.
Armal fanatic.
In the house.
Hey, Fart. Hey, what's up, Lurkin?
What's up, Farmall? Cheers,
Oh,
brother.
All right.
Yep.
All right. I'm jumping in on that. I'm not going to let him be the only one.
Yeah, just about everything I do is with my phone. I've got that Hero 5, and then once in a while I'll use the Canon D70, but it's so much easier just to shoot it with that.
I love my GoPros, and I got my Canon, but I'm always nervous about taking that thing on the boat. Now this trip, since we'll be on a bigger boat with the cover, I'll probably bring it. But normally, I do intros, outros, the boat work stuff that I do on that camera or on the cell phone too.
What's up, Adrian? Good to see you.
Uh-oh,
Yeah,
Stanley jumped on board.
Stanley, cheers.
Cheers to Mr.
Cheers.
Stanley.
I'm not going to let Farmall take all the steam on this one.
Let's see.
How come you're so talkative tonight?
What's up, Aiden?
Yes. It is time for an Aiden segment. Aiden, we want to hear about some fishing stuff, man. When was the last time you went fishing, and what'd you get?
Definitely for Father's Day, I went fishing, and I got a bluegill and a largemouth bass.
Nice.
I have to ask that because as a fisherman, like your father was Steve was telling us about this a minute ago.
Mm-hmm.
And as fishermen, we tell tall tales. So since you're there with him now, you give us the opportunity to verify what he's saying. So you can give us the fishing experience through your lens, through your story now.
Go ahead. Were they really 16 and 18 inches long?
No.
What were they?
One of them was 21 inches and the other one was 18.
Oh, okay.
He knows the game. You can tell he has been out fishing. He knows that. He knows the game.
I wasn't about to brag how big the fish were.
Oh, man.
Okay, you can leave now.
No, good job. Good job, Aiden. Danny Baker says he does everything with one GoPro. That does make it more challenging. I still love my GoPro 4 just for it takes decent video and the audio's capabilities that I have with it are good. The 5, I don't like the 5. I don't use it that much. I have because audio issues with that one. You can't use the external mic. You can use the external mic with it, But the GoPro has what's called a one button operation where you can just push one button, it starts recording. Push that one button, it stops recording. And that's nice when you're for a long period of time and you're catching portions, right? But with the 5, if you have the external mic hook to it through the system they use, you can't use that one touch. If you use a one touch, the second time you do it, you have no audio after that. So so you just have to leave it on, right? There's another button you can push to turn it on, but it's not recording. And then you can push that record button on and off. But that's using up the battery because it's on the whole time.
It's going to kill the battery on it.
John is so much more advanced. I just go GoPro start recording and GoPro stop recording.
How advanced is that? He's using voice command. What about that? That's pretty
okay.
Now, what if you have more than one GoPro?
I can't get that on the phone, man. I'm envious on that one. On my phone, my process is ridiculous. I wish I had one I could show. I do have one. Anyway.
Well, we will see. We will see.
You're going to see. It's ridiculous. And I've got it down to a fine, tuned machine, but it's because it's a phone, I have to turn on the phone and do the passcode, get the phone app, get the camera app, switch it to video, and switch which lens I want to use for that. So I've got the settings all fine-tuned to where I can double tap the on button and then select the lens. So I can do it in 2 seconds. But you're going to watch me like I said, I've got it down to where it's double tap and I'm recording. I'm pretty fast about it. But if you sit there and watch what I'm doing, my fingers are doing this number while I'm trying to get the shot.
I couldn't do it. Now, Danny brings up a good thing with the GoPro is that loop recording. And that's where it'll record a certain amount of time. And if you go past that time and you didn't hit a button or anything, it'll dump that and start re-recording, right? So you're not using up your memory card. You are using up your battery. And then if I go and hit that button, what the loop is capable of is it'll record before I ever hit the button. You know what I mean? So the fish just hit the button. And now the viewer just sees you hit the button and the fish is already on. But if you have it in that loop, it'll actually keep the portion before you hit the button, right, and record that too. So that's nice. But again, you're using up battery life because it is constantly on. Yeah. So it's a trade-off.
Rolling Homestead has it. Rolling Homestead says he has a watch with a remote on it. Yeah. I cannot tell you how envious I am of that. Would be an absolute game changer if I had that.
I got these little remotes that come with GoPro, or you can get for GoPros. I used them the first year, and then I just got to where it's I hit a button on this little thing, or I hit a button on the camera. Boat's not so big that I got to race across the boat to get to the camera, so I just stopped using them. So I've got 2 of those, I think. Maybe I'll sell them to somebody.
I'm going to make sure, Stanley, that when you're fishing with us this weekend, that I'm going to get video footage of you fumbling with your camera to do all those settings you were just talking about.
You'll never get the shot. You will not get that shot, I promise you. Now, you will get is I like to get creative with the shots, and you're going to be laughing about me taking the phone and holding it overboard to get the upward shot of somebody catching a fish, stuff like that. You'll laugh about that one.
Heck, I might have to set up one of the GoPros to just dunk in the water and video the fish coming into the boat and stuff.
Yeah, I love that shot.
I've got one set up on the stern of my boat, and take that on the GoPro. It's got that long, I don't know what you call it.
Curve.
It's arm. Yeah. And I got that set up so that I can actually take. I'm going to try to take video of us bringing the fish in instead of just being up in the boat and doing it. Get one at water level, seeing the fish come in is my
nice.
Yeah, it definitely adds some flavor to your video. Get some underwater footage, either coming in or releasing it.
That's why I like using multiple cameras, because you get different angles, right? And sometimes when you're in editing, you're like, well, that's a crappy angle because Bob stood right there in front of the camera and it can't. But this camera over here has got a perfect angle of it. So definitely using multiple.
Justin, one of the things I love too is go ahead.
Justin mentions putting it on the net at the beginning of the basket. I've done that one time and it worked. Get the scooping up of the fish, and then it just turns into everything's water, but then it clears up and you got the fish in the net. So that's kind of cool. I'll have to remember to bring that attachment too.
Yeah, I was going to say another trick is to, get your wife involved in it. Rachel on a you've seen it. Rachel on a cell phone provides the best commentary that is physically available on our channel. I try to collect as much of that as possible. So having her filming something is that's one of our tricks where we have, we both have our cell phones and we'll take turns to switch off and stuff like that. But Rachel, with one exception, I got to say, I haven't even talked to her about this since she's in the other room. But so we were shark fishing the other day, and I happened to catch a fairly decent fish. And I'm editing the video right now as we speak. And the clip that I was editing right before we got into this live stream was a video a clip that Rachel took where she's sitting there going, like, it's from her perspective, her point of view, looking out in the water. And she's like, this is my rod, and this is what I'm thinking of doing over here, and I'm catching this stuff over here. And then she goes on for like 3 minutes of talking about this, and then she pans over to me. Oh, and by the way, this is the fish that he's catching. And this entire time I've been fighting my personal catch of the day. And she catches, like, she gets the video just at the end of the entire ordeal.
That's the important part.
She's amazing. She catches like great footage, and the commentary is awesome. So.
Roland Homestead says, get a drone in the air. That would be, I've done that.
That's
got
so
a drone,
hard.
And I've had
so hard.
Calaveras. When I was fishing Calaveras, I had the drone up when I actually hooked a fish. Very cool. Now, these drones that we're using, Steve, they're not the most advanced drones. They don't have that follow you capability. Because for trolling, that would be awesome. Put it up, have it follow you, and then if you catch a fish, it's gonna catch that. But for us, since you have to operate, you need one person flying that drone to keep it focused on the boat that's moving, and then somebody to drive the boat, and then somebody to catch the fish, and somebody to take the planer. Too many people. I'll get some nice drone footage while we're up there, but I will highly likely not get somebody with a fish on while the drone's up. Just because the boat's moving.
Chris and I have been talking about ways to use the drone to get that exact shot of following behind the boat. We're putting our lines out, and planer boards out, and it would be a really cool shot if you can do it. But like you said, one's driving the boat, one's getting this out. Just not enough. It'd be nice, I guess, if you had somebody in the boat behind you following with the drone to do that. But in our boat, it won't work for us.
A good drone shot.
The time it takes to get that into the air.
Yeah, a good drone shot would have the drone send it out in front of you, turn it around, facing the boat, and then capture the boat. The drone's not moving. The boat's coming, right? The drone's up here catching that boat coming at it, seeing your spread behind the boat and getting a good visual. And that doesn't require, I just get the drone up there and then we get going doing what we're doing. Once we pass the drone, I bring the drone back down. So I might be able, and if Leonard's driving the boat, then I'll have more time to do stuff like that. So I might be able to get that kind of footage.
I would like to study how you do that, because I have an absolute nightmare trying to get it. We're always doing stuff, especially with camera people. For one thing, we're fishing. For two, we're trying to film it, which I'm always pissing off the captain of the boat, whoever that is, because the rod's going down, it's ready to hit. And they're like, get it, get that line. I'm like, yeah, okay. Hold on. Now we get it. Trying to mess with a drone, like I just have not even been able to accomplish that.
Stanley, I've been told by both my boys, put the damn thing down and start fishing. So
I've got Perry and my dad. They have both chewed me out relentlessly for that. And I am absolutely a monster about them turning off the radio. I pissed them off to no end with both of those. Every single fishing trip, we're all happy, we're all excited and good to go. And then we catch that first fish and I'm filming, or, I turn off the radio and then I film and then I go for the rod and I catch fish. I've never lost a single fish as a result of the camera, but I pissed some people off with it. I got a question though. We're talking about all this camera work and stuff like that. And I love this conversation. But one of the things that I really want some information on, Grant, is from you. You do hunting. I want information on what you do to film for hunting, because I have taken a crack at some things recently, and I am having a nightmare of a time trying to figure out how I'm going to record a hunting video.
The Tacticam,
how do you do it?
The Tacticam's been a big help. Of course, I didn't put out any hunting videos. I do have all the footage, but Tacticams really help. And I would love to have a camera person, that would be the go-to number one thing with fishing or hunting, like Steve. He had some dedicated to filming and not having to worry anybody as far as that goes. Not have to worry about.
Yeah, the one hunting video I did, first concern was low light, because it seems like deer come in first light, and GoPros especially aren't very good in low light. And then second, as the animal moves, I really thought when I shot that deer that it wasn't even on camera. And I was pleasantly surprised when I looked at my footage later and, I actually got the shot on camera. But so they make this connector that'll connect to your scope. And then your
I've
phone.
seen that. I'm curious about that. Has anyone used that?
And you can not only see on your phone, so you're not like this, but you're just looking at your phone, get your aim and your shot. But I believe you can record from that as well on your phone.
Yes, you
I
can.
think that would be the cat's meow. I would love to try that on a hunt.
My oldest son's got that. It's really cool.
Nice.
I got some.
I'm super curious. Does it work okay?
Yeah.
My concerns with that, my concerns are that you're going to fire the gun and it's going to shake the camera to where it's going to be pointing off in some weird direction after the shot. And for two, my concern would be it's screwing up the positioning of the scope.
No, because you're connecting it to your end. That part on the scope doesn't adjust or anything. And it's a sleeve that attaches. So you tighten it down, and then there's a piece that your phone clips into. So it's not going in. I mean, you're going to have the normal bang, the gun moves, your view moves, just like a hunter would have. But I haven't heard anybody complain about any other issues. Justin Randall says he's got one and loves it.
What I did last fall, we did a duck hunting video, and I just took the GoPro and mounted it, on my head. I think it'd be nicer to be able to mount it to the shotgun barrel so you can actually get the, I think.
Yeah, I'd like to be able to capture the shot. What we are all trying to do is the stuff that we all watched on CBS, back in the 80s and 90s. We're watching these guys who did the hunting shows Saturday morning. We're all trying to recreate kind of that experience for ourselves and put it on video for future generations and everybody else. We don't have the camera crews that they had. Yeah. So how do you do those same things? How do you get those same shots that those guys did? And that's what I'm kind of looking for. I didn't have a lot of faith. I know the camera mount you're talking about that goes to the scope. I didn't have faith in that. But if, like Justin Randall's saying, if that thing works, I'm super excited about that as a possibility.
So you got two different. So Grant, that camera that Grant was talking about, mounts to your muzzle, right, Grant?
Yeah.
So that gives you the view from here to there, right? Not zoomed in or nothing. And then so have that one and have the phone hookup on your scope. That gives you the zoomed in crosshairs view. So you could have both those views, split screen it or however you want to do it in the video. And that would be the freaking cat's meow right there, I think, for a hunting video. Definitely.
Yeah,
that would be nice.
Yeah, that'd be the way to do it.
Yeah.
My granddaughter was shooting. She got a camera, and she was going to start shooting videos too. And her and her dad were out in my deer blind last year, and she got footage of a deer coming in and my son shooting it. And I mean, that thing dropped like a ton of bricks. I wanted to put that in a video, but I thought, man, I'm going to have everybody screaming because you can see the hit, you can see the explosion, you can see the blood, you can see what you see when you're hunting.
Yeah.
I saved the video, but I've never used it.
Yeah. I didn't hold anything. The only thing I didn't show was gutting. I showed skinning a deer, but I didn't show like gutting it and all that. So, and I didn't get any hits on that video.
Yeah, they're gonna repress videos like that, and they don't like YouTube is actually they tune for the gunshot sound. So literally, if you did a hunting video and you muted the gunshot and put in the sound of like a dolphin, you're gonna get a different bit of traction on that video than you would otherwise. personally, like, we do okay and everything. That's one of those where, like, I want to do hunting. I'm going to go hunting. I want to film. I want to make a hunting video. That's for me. I don't care about the money. Like, screw the monetization. I just want to make the video.
It's monetized. I didn't worry about muting the sound or nothing. I was kind of worried when I added some of one of the guys skinning his deer. I thought it might, but didn't get any knocks on that either.
Jerry Toner just volunteered to be the follow boat for the drone.
Yeah, there we go.
The question is, does she know how to fly a drone?
She can be taught. She's going to learn how to drive that big Yarcraft she bought.
Right.
Just having a camera person, man, so that you can get the camera shots from the other boat.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen some good pictures and video from somebody else's boat.
Yeah.
That's a realistic possibility, Jerry. I would like to talk to you.
If we're fishing in the same area this coming weekend, maybe I can get some shots of you guys in your boat and likewise.
Vice versa, yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, maybe put up the drone and fly over both boats. That'd be cool.
There is a lot of potential in that, if that is a possibility. If not, no worries. But if it is,
yeah. Basically,
So Justin Randall says, how did that 400 push that boat? He's directing the question to Jerry Toner. Yeah. Justin, I can tell you that when Chris and I were up at Houghton Lake, and my brother and my niece were in the boat too, we seen in the distance this white boat flying. I had to get the binoculars out to make sure it was the boat that I thought it was.
I imagine it's like it's one of those experiences where you sit down and then you hit the throttle and you sink into the seat. You know that feeling, like in a race car?
Yeah.
I had that feeling in my '69 Chevelle. Somebody
exactly.
Yeah, it's a great feeling. I can remember somebody said that they would put a $20 bill on the dash, and if you could grab that $20 bill between the ears, it was yours.
Yeah,
that boat was flying.
I don't know. Y'all need to do a review. We said it last week. Going to say it again. Y'all need to do a review video on that boat. I want to see it personally. And I'm going to take that up a notch and say you need to do a review video on that boat. And when you guys do it, get together, make this happen. When you do, Steve, let's have a little chat. Let me help you with the SEO stuff in the background. We can get you some views on that.
We just didn't have any time. Crappie Camp was so busy. There was so much going. At least I was the co-host, and I was just so busy that I never got the time. I didn't even make a video at all for my own channel, let alone anything else. We were just so doggone busy. But we will, Jerry and I will put that together at some point. And
that'll be cool.
And also in future, like for future crappie camps and stuff like that, we didn't talk in advance. We should do like a little bit of a fundraiser with what we do here too. We can help out with that.
Yeah, we made $1,500 between the two camps. I was blown away. There was only 15, 16 people at this camp, and I was thinking, man, we're not going to make enough to donate to anything. We maybe cover our expenses, but man, people dug into their wallets, and they came up big time. We raised $1,410 just from this year's camp, and then you put that with the camp pre-COVID, they raised about $7,000. So that was like $2,100 between the two. And the guys that did the 2019 camp said, let's just all put funds together and give $1,500 to Autism Anglers. So
nice.
I was shocked how much we were able to give to them.
Like Stanley says, noise. How much time you got left, Grant?
We got about 6 minutes.
6 minutes. All right. So we've already said what we got coming up. What about folks over in the chat? Who's doing some fishing? Who's doing some traveling? Who's doing what? David, Jerry, Justin, what y'all doing coming up?
While we're waiting on the response from Ned, does anybody have any videos coming out this week before our amazing American tour?
I don't.
I don't either.
Oh. Well, let me tell
Stanley
you.
does.
Yeah.
I'm starting to stockpile my videos. I'm going to be finishing off some videos with the family. Had them down for a week. Rachel's side of the family. I took the nephews out and got them into their first sharks, and we had a blast doing it. So I got that coming up. I think we're putting that one out tomorrow.
That'd be cool. Yeah, Danny, me too. I'm dying to go fishing. I haven't been fishing since I was down in Florida in Stewart. That was May.
Ouch.
We're almost in July.
Hey, speaking of which, keep your options open in August, September, and October, John. That's when it gets really nice down here, obviously. And I want to get together, you and I, out at the beach and have some fun.
Cool. I got two events in September, October, but we can always work something out.
Okay.
Actually, me and Audrey are supposed to be down there in October. Our plan was to rent one of the campers here military has and drag it down there on Padre and stay there.
Oh, I will not infringe on that. However, I wouldn't mind being a part of that if invited.
Yeah, come on out. We'll just fish. She turned into she's always been like me, kind of like I don't care for the beach. Not a beach type person, but I took her down there earlier this year and surf fish. She loves it. She's like, when we going back? I'm like, yeah.
Nice.
It's good. Got her hooked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. That's how you do it. The more she enjoys it, the more you will enjoy it.
Exactly. True that.
What's up, Bait the Hook?
Hey, what's up, man?
David's working on a hammock. Nice.
Hammocking? Is that where you make a hammock, or is that where you just lay down?
No, he bought one of those fancy hammocks that's got a roof on it.
What?
It's like water.
Oh, I've heard about that. Yeah,
like a fancy tarp.
That's kind of camp out in it.
Yeah, but it's pretty
it's
sharp.
like a whole thing. Yeah.
Keep you off the ground and keep you dry.
Steve, you got to advise Jerry on all the cool stuff to get for walleye now. The planer boards and all that.
I have been, and
good.
I told her that before she goes and buys all of that stuff, you know what she's like, her line counter reels and rods and stuff like that, that, you know, we'll bring our stuff on her boat and let her learn how to use it. And then she can make a decision on what she wants to buy.
Yeah.
You know, as far as her own stuff. I gotta mention, Jerry, at Crappie Camp, I mentioned about the 9.9 kicker motor, that they were having some issues with the new one. At least that's what the dealer told me when I was getting the part for mine. I don't know if that holds true for the 15.5 kicker motor, so I'm hoping that you're good with that. But yeah, as far as everything else, Jerry, you know, we got it. We're happy to share it. So,
does she have anybody to like scrub decks and bait hooks for her? Just curious, asking for a friend.
She's got one volunteer right down there.
Yeah. Yep.
Very cool. I got nothing else. I'm done. I'm just so excited to head up to Michigan, man. Get up there, that nice cool weather. It's a whole change of pace. When I was telling Grant before we started, I'm down here in big San Antonio, you know, 7th largest city in the nation. And I get up there to Audrey, and it's just like, relax, calm down.
And 62 degrees.
I love it. Love that.
I'll be unpacking the winter gear.
Oh, hey, for like out on the boat and stuff, definitely bring, you know, sweatshirts and that kind of stuff for early on if we get an early start. Yeah, it will be.
Yeah, this is like t-shirts and stuff is my boat gear. So
no, you need to adjust that.
Hoodies. Get yourself a hoodie, warm sweatshirt. Yep. And if you don't have it, Stanley, and Grant also get yourself some kind of fall weather gear, even if it's just a light raincoat, because if it starts misting or something, you know, we want to keep on. Yep.
Gotcha.
Excellent call. I appreciate the heads up on that.
So yes, Bait the Hook. It is this weekend. There might be a pop-up live between one of our channels. If you don't have one of these other three guys, their links are in the description. What's the plan for next Monday? Stanley, are we going to
yeah, it is Stanley. Are you going to do Monday? Are you going to move it? What you doing?
Man, that's a heck of a question. I think we're good to go. I think we're good to go on this.
Okay.
I can't tell you where we're going to be streaming from, but I think we're good to go on it.
He'll be somewhere between Michigan and Wisconsin, probably,
And possibly Canada.
or Canada. Yeah, I don't know if they're letting us in there yet.
But really,
Yeah. Cool.
All right.
I'm down.
Yep.
So we'll see you guys somewhere between here and there and yonder.
Yep.
and just real quick for anybody who's jumping over once another stream that they can check out, we do have Barbara Harris, Bassing Girls, a friend of ours on Twitter. She is going live in a few minutes here. And I told her that I would post a link for her in the chat down below. And I got that for anybody who's interested in keeping the old game running.
Cool.
She live yet?
Should be if she's going at 7. Great.
Yeah, she just went live.
You got the link?
Yep, it's in the chat.
I just posted it.
Sweet.
All right, we're good.
All right.
See you guys. Take care.
It has been a pleasure.
Peace out.